So I'm sitting in traffic right now, and I have something I want to say to you while I'm moving very slowly. I want you to help your kids understand when an adult is taking genuine interest in them, and the adult is not online. The person is not online, they are in person. This is really important because I was teaching today conscious technology use and blending that with physical education. So we got some movement, some games, blending that with emotional well-being, emotional intelligence, and mental fitness, okay, how we respond. So the kids I'm working with, and I just love them, and they know I'm going to challenge them. I said, well, how do you know when someone is genuinely interested in you? And one of the boys said, when they ask for your phone number. And then I said, well, I don't want your phone number. I would not call you. I'm old enough to be your mom or your auntie. That would be inappropriate. So how do you know? And then I asked the class, I said, do any of you know when someone is genuinely interested in you? An adult. And they just looked at me. I said, oh, this is so interesting. This is really good information for me, so now I'm sharing it with you. How do we help our kids know when someone's interested? Here are the basics. They greet you. Hello. I had to have them walk out the room, stand outside the room so they could prepare to walk in, and then greet me. Your children are not greeting adults because they're not being taught. Please remind your children to greet the adults, okay? Second thing is, they're making eye contact. I know in some cultures they'll say, oh, we don't look at each other in the eye. I respect that. Here in the United States, we look at each other in the eye, okay? Don't do that. Well, in some cultures, no, we're talking about this one right here in the United States of America. We make eye contact, okay? Unless we can't, for whatever reason. Then we have a position of openness. We are in a receptive state. So I'm not like this, right? I am genuinely, hi, how are you? I have a smile on my face, not a big one like, hi, how are you doing? No, hi, a soft smile. I'm making eye contact. My eyebrows are relaxed. My jaw is unclenched. These are the things that our young people have to be taught. They have to be taught because they're online, they're on the phone, they're receiving a lot of information, but these are very basic relationship skills, interpersonal skills that they're missing out on. Okay, now going a little bit deeper, how do you know when someone's interested in you? They're asking you open-ended questions that are age appropriate and respect boundaries. This is really important because there are adults who are inappropriate with kids. They want to, oh, where do you live? And who's your friends? And what do you talk about? And have you ever done this? And have you ever done that? They go into sexually inappropriate conversation. Have you ever done this? I'm not the one. First of all, that's inappropriate. Second of all, that is disgusting. Third of all, you should not be talking to kids. You should be talking to a therapist, maybe a psychiatrist, to bring down the chemicals that promote that type of behavior in your brain, okay? And I'm not being facetious, okay? I'm being serious. So, adults, how are you? What made you smile today? If you're in an environment where you have built some rapport. If you have not built rapport with a child, tell me 3 things about you. Tell me something you enjoy doing with your family. What's something in school you're learning that interests you? What's one of your favorite subjects and why? Now, context is everything. Adults talking to kids who are sitting at the bus stop, no. At the grocery store making small talk in the line, no, don't do that. You can greet, oh, thank you. That's not a greeting. But sometimes thank you can be a greeting when you are acknowledging a young person held the door for you. That's so kind of you, thank you. So the child knows what they did. What's happening is we are adultifying kids, and we're not equipping them for life after school. Not just life after 2 or 3 p.m. in the day we're not doing that either, because they're not taking responsibility, some of them, for their own actions and their chores. They're disorganized, they're unavailable, and everybody has their attention except their responsibilities. But we're also not preparing them for life after school, meaning after graduation. And one of the boys said that was something he wants to know more about. So when we teach them how to know when someone is genuinely interested, it's not about someone wanting your phone number. It's about being able to recognize eye contact, receptive body language, tone of voice. Okay, where are their shoulders when they're talking? Hi, how are you? No, they're not doing that, right? They're saying, and maybe they have a bone condition where that would be the case. And I'm not being funny, I'm being serious. They may have a bone condition, they may have arthritis to where their shoulders are up there, but there's something else that lets you know that they're taking an interest in you. Okay, now you may wonder, Ashley, well, what is appropriate interest? What's the context? Adults at school, adults working at the after-school program, family members who we know are inappropriate. You see my serious face? They should not be around the children. It's too many of us giving people second chances and third chances when we're the one that's missing something. Stop. Okay? They don't need to be around the kids. You hear someone talking inappropriately, pull them to the side. Remind them what the standard is. We don't do that. They are not our peers. We love and respect them. We love them as we would, a friend who's our age. We could, if you want to, but you don't share certain information with them. You don't ask them something that's inappropriate. Asking kids about their family dynamic. Asking kids why, when you don't have a rapport with them. Well, why would you do that? Why did you think? Why? You're not in that type of relationship. Don't ask them that. Okay? So what I'm offering you here are some ways, that smile because it gets really serious. There are some ways that we can build rapport. But the first thing is, kids have to know when an adult is genuinely taking interest and is greeting them, is having a soft smile, certain tone of voice. Their body is turned towards the child. They're not talking away with their body facing the other way, but they're open. Their hands are open. Their shoulders are relaxed. And asking, well, what brings you in today? Asking them about their why. Not the parental why or the guidance counselor why or the mentor why, but what brings you in? That's their why, right? What's their bigger picture? What excites you about being here today? Okay, now that's more of a program or a classroom setting. Other ways that we can help kids, there's what I'm recognizing even as I speak to you is there's really designated areas where adults who don't know the child personally have some type of there is an appropriateness to show interest. Sometimes it's not appropriate to talk to kids. We need to get back to a standard where we recognize, you know what? I don't even know you. What, excuse me, and saying excuse me to yourself or to the child, whatever it may be. But those are the nonverbal cues for helping kids recognize when someone's taking an interest in them. And usually that's in the school setting, a sports setting, church, mosque, temple. Okay, still being appropriate. Wow, it's so good to see you today. Tell me your name. That's genuine interest. Tell me your name. What brings you in today? Wow, what are you looking forward to? Those are questions. Wow. Okay. What do you hope to gain from today? That's appropriate. That's genuine interest. I hope this supports you in getting your kids more confident in their self-expression and helping you to remember that there are some things that are inappropriate, and we got to bring back not shame and fear to where we don't even talk to each other, but we have some standards. Okay, I bless you. I want the best for you. Let me know if this helps you and something you ask kids when you're showing an interest in them, and where are you when you're asking that question. So what do you ask and where are you? Okay, see you soon.